All right, everybody, we are back. So great to have you here, and let's get on with things. So we have been kicking off about 4 new agents yesterday. We already had 1 running, 2 of them has finished, and now we're going to continue the work. We're going to smash out some more features and just get our work done. So let me just bring our screen up here to show you all where we're at. So probably one of the first things we want to do is to compile a new version of all of this. And actually, the very first thing we want to do is just review what has been done. Okay, so we have 1 more that's merged here. That is, what are we working on here? That's agent replies to the inbox that do not wake the system agent. That should be fixed now. So let's check this out. So this was merged into develop. What was actually wrong? So this is 306. Let's see what we have here. Is this one merged? Actually, let's do this the right way. Hey there, could you check which of the Wonop agents are done with the work that they should be doing? Are we ready to just close out the remaining workspaces?
I'll verify the remaining Wonop tickets, branches agents, and delivery reports before recommending which workspaces can close. The closure audit is still running. I'll report the exact keep versus close list once the ticket and branch checks finish. I'll process the closure audit and the latest agent reports, then give you the final workspace list.
Did you check your inbox?
I'll read the completed audit in full, clear the stale historical messages, and give you the final close or keep list. I'm processing the full audit now. I'll give you the exact workspaces that are safe to close and the ones that still contain undelivered work once it returns. I check the inbox. I'll verify 1-334 and 1-337 directly so the final closure list is exact. Yes, I checked the inbox. Safe to close now. One 306 is done and merged. Close workspace WS 9. 1-320 5 is done and merged. Its workspace is already gone. 1-347 is done and merged. Its workspace is already gone. Keep open. 1-334 is still in progress. The implementation is complete and pushed, but delivery is not finished. Keep WS 7. 1-337 is still in progress. The implementation and retrospective are complete, but delivery is not confirmed. Keep WS 8, so you can close WS 9 now. Keep WS 7 and WS 8 until they're misters. CI merges and linear statuses are complete.
Okay, so for the 2 that are still incomplete, could you please ask the agents to work out what needs to be done and report back to you.
I'll verify whether the 1-334 and 1-337 agent sessions still exist before sending anything. Their window cards still exist. But the Claude package no longer lists P11 or P12 as live sessions. I'll try those existing windows directly without opening replacements. I sent the status requests into the existing Fern and Jinko windows without opening new agents. They are checking what remains for 1-334 and 1-337 and will report back.
Did you get any messages back from them? It seems that the message wasn't sent, or maybe they were sent, but you already got the answer.
I'll check both the inbox and the 2 existing windows to confirm whether the prompts were actually submitted and answered. No, neither agent replied. Jinko's session still exists, but the status request appears not to have submitted. Fern's session is no longer. I'll resubmit directly to Jinko without opening a new agent. Jinko now has the direct instruction to finish and report 1-337. 1-334 has no surviving live agent.
I can see Fern here on my workspace. Why can't you see Fern?
I'll compare the visible Fern window with the package session and agent registry, so I can explain the mismatch precisely. Yes, both answered in their windows, although no inbox message arrived. 1-334. Implementation and delivery are complete. Mr. 480 and follow up Mr. 480, 2 are merged. With green CI, the workspace contains nothing unique and is safe to retire. The ticket remains in progress only because the current 1UP app is still running the older package code. After restarting 1UP on current develop and running the Claude and Codex demos, it can be marked done. 1-337 implementation. Tests, policy gates, and retrospective are complete. It still needs the delivery sequence. Open the Mr. Run CI merge, verify develop, and mark linear done. Keep workspace WS8 for now.
Sorry, I missed that. Could I close any of the workspaces? Any of the 2 remaining workspaces, 3 remaining workspaces? So we have one of them that I know I can close. So I can close 306, you said. What about the 2 other ones?
You can close 2 of the 3. 1-306 WS9, safe to close. Done and merged. 1334, WS7, safe to close. The work is merged. CI is green, and the workspace contains nothing unique. The ticket stays in progress only until the current app is restarted and the final demos are run. 1337, WS8, keep open. The implementation is complete, but the Mr. CI merge and linear closure are still outstanding.
Okay, I believe it's finished now. Could you just check?
I'll verify 1337 S Mr. CI merge linear status and workspace cleanliness. One 337 is fully finished. I'll clear Jinko's final report and confirm the workspace can close. 1337 is complete. Mr. 478, merged into develop. Exact head and post, merge CI are green. The fix and regression tests are present in develop. Linear is marked done with a closing report. The WORKTREE is clean, fully merged, and has nothing unique or unpushed. You can safely close workspace WS8, feature 1337. Yes, it is finished. 1337 is done in linear. Mr. 478 is merged. Exact head and post, merge CI are green. The WORKTREE is clean, nothing is unpushed, and the remote branch is already deleted. You can safely close workspace WS8.
Okay, cool. So I would like you to go through your past messages, just see anything that didn't work when we were communicating about things, what did not work exactly the way that it should and could have been smoother. Then I would like you to go through linear and figure out whether we have recorded issues for this. And if not, please record issues so we can fix this.
I'll audit this conversation for failed, confusing, or unnecessarily repetitive workflows. Then compare each finding against linear before creating anything new. The transcript API is console only. So I'll use the failures already present in this conversation and search linear broadly for matching tickets before adding any gaps. The linear cross check is running in the background. Once it finishes, I'll create tickets only for communication failures that are not already covered. I'll process the linear cross check, identify uncovered communication issues, and create only the missing tickets. The background result was already consumed without returning its body. So I'll run focus checks for the remaining likely gaps and then create only confirmed missing tickets. The focus duplicate check is still running. I'll wait for it before filing anything to avoid creating overlapping linear issues.
Are you done with your checks?
I'll check whether the focused linear audit has finished and complete the ticket review now. I'm checking the completed audit result now. I'll give you the findings and any new ticket numbers as soon as it returns. The duplicate check is complete. Several major failures are already covered, but I found a few gaps that still need tickets. I'll verify exact duplicates and file the missing ones now. I found 6 confirmed gaps with no matching linear ticket. I'll create them with the observed failures and acceptance criteria. Yes, the audit is done. Existing tickets already covered the largest problems we experienced. Prompt insertion without submission, missing agent wake, UPS, missing delivery receipts, heavy output-input lag, orphaned PTY recovery, markdown target, window and multi-tab behavior, local model failures, slow assistant replies. I found 6 uncovered issues and created 1-350, 4. Transactional workspace creation and cleanup after partial failures. 1-350, 5. Disk space safeguards and cleanup for B as ZEL and WORKT.
Okay, this is perfect. Thank you so much. You don't need to say anything more. I think we have what we need here. So the next thing we need is we have a few other things. Did we create a ticket for adding a Kanban interface to linear?
I'll check linear for the Kanban interface ticket. Yes, 1320. 1. Refactor linear UI with backlog and Kanban card support. It is currently in backlog.
Okay, excellent. There was one other thing that I was thinking of we needed to record, but I seem to have forgotten what the thing was. So let's just stop it here. Okay, I think we have everything we need. The next thing we need to do is build up the next version of the app. So we need to exit now and then then we need to, basically just restart the app. So let's quit here. And let me bring this up on a different workspace. Well, actually, why don't we just do this inside of Wonop since we're here anyway? We might as well, because it all goes to test all of the things that we have implemented. We can bring up a terminal, so we should be able to just pull the latest. All right, we have the DMG built. Let's do this. Wait, what? Why does that look so strange? Okay. So let me just show you here. Normally this should have been nicely formatted. Oh wait, you can't see what I'm showing here. I'm on the wrong screen. Normally this should have been nicely formatted with a big icon here and then an arrow and then application. Somehow that has been lost. I'm not really super thrilled about that, but let's just update the app and then go and fix that. Oh wait, did we actually? Oh, there we go. It's up here. So let's just restart this thing and get back into working. Oh, we also have a shell here that needs to go. Okay. So one thing, right, okay. So one thing that's really nice here is that when we are being asked for permissions, we can see exactly what apps are actually asking for it. So this is the Markdown app that's running some ls commands. So I think this is one of the things we probably want to, in the long run, we probably want to get rid of the shell kind of commands because it's not really portable across different OSs. Right now it's fine. We're just doing Linux, but also the sh scripts are, what do you call it? Somewhat hard to read. It's probably the right way to put it. Now, what was the issue we just had? I completely forgot it already. So it's Friday and my brain is a little bit fried. So let's just think this through. What was it that we just had? So we were... Right, that was the icon. Could you create following linear tickets? So when we made the DMG for macOS distribution, the formatting of the content of the DMG file was not correct. So normally when you open the window, it's supposed to show these big icons and it just looked like a normal folder. We need to record that as a ticket because that's obviously not how it should be.
I'll create a linear ticket for the incorrectly formatted Mac OS DMG installer window. I created one 360. Fix Mac OS DMG installer window layout and presentation.
Cool. One other ticket we need is we need to update the vocabulary of the local voice synthesis such that it pronounces all the technical terms correctly. So right now it's mispronouncing worktree, workspace. I think live is not pronounced correctly. MR is being pronounced as Mr. and so on and so forth. And we just need to make sure that these things are pronounced absolutely correctly so that it's easy to understand what the AI is saying.
I'll check whether the existing local voice vocabulary ticket already covers this before creating a duplicate. I remember a related backlog item. 1-319. I'll inspect it and expand it if it matches, rather than creating another ticket. 1-319 already covers local voice vocabulary, so I'll expand it to include pronunciation, rather than create a duplicate. I expanded 1-319 to cover technical term and name pronunciation, including WORKTREE, workspace, LiveEmma acronyms, providers, models, commands, and identifiers. It now includes a centralized pronunciation lexicon and listening-based regression checks.
Excellent. Could you go through all the tickets we have and identify the highest impact tickets we have? And let's get that into a markdown file, then open up the markdown viewer with that file so we can get an overview of what are we doing next.
I'll review the full linear backlog, rank the highest impact work, and write the recommended roadmap into a markdown overview.
And so while the AI is doing that, I just fell upon this one, and I'm just going to see what this is.
I'll turn the backlog into a prioritized roadmap. Write it to Markdown and open it in the viewer.
So I'm curious. This seems like a very interesting thing. Let's just bookmark this. It looks like something we actually want to test out. So landing page design, this is maybe something that...
Please approve the file, write permission. After approval, the prioritized roadmap will open in the Markdown viewer. Please approve the file, write permission. Once approved, the prioritized roadmap will open in the Markdown viewer.
Okay, this was nice and easy.
I'll process the roadmap completion and the new agent updates, then report only what matters. The roadmap is open successfully. I'll clear the completed job and stale historical updates. The prioritized roadmap is open in Markdown window P9 as highest impact next work. The top 5 recommended next tickets are 1-350-9. Fix the RGBA desktop icon. 2-350-8.
Okay, this looks really great. I think, could you make a list with items that does not require humans? So for instance, the one on investigate slow assistant replies across voice and text, that feels like something that needs a high level of human involvement. So let's put that into a separate queue of things that really need my attention. And then focus on getting a list of things that we can do almost autonomously, or actually fully autonomously. If you believe that the 352 can be done fully autonomously, then let's keep it there, but otherwise let's move it into a separate place.
I'll split the roadmap into an autonomous execution queue and a separate human attention queue. Then open the updated overview in P9. Please approve the file, write permission. Then I'll open the autonomous versus human work queue in the Markdown viewer.
Done. I've approved.
I'll confirm the new roadmap opened successfully. The roadmap is being finalized now. I'll confirm the window and active document as soon as the completion event arrives. The new roadmap is open in Markdown window P4 as autonomous work queue. It separates fully autonomous work, mostly autonomous work with final validation, and the human attention queue. I'll clear the duplicate completion event quietly. The duplicate completion event is cleared. Nothing else needs your attention. There were no unhandled completion events left.
Okay, so tier 1 and tier 2 amounts to a full 10 work streams, as if I count correctly. Could you create a workspace for each one of these, attach the associated ticket to each of the workspaces, and start an agent for each of the 10 work streams?
I'll create the 10 dedicated workspaces. Attach each linear ticket, mark them in progress, and start exactly one agent per workspace. Please approve the workspace creation permission cards. The job will continue through all 10 workspaces automatically, attaching each ticket and starting exactly one agent per workspace. I'll process the workspace setup result and the agent updates, then report which of the 10 workstreams actually started. The batch stopped partway through because one created workspace returned without an immediately populated source entry. I'll audit what was created before resuming. And
Okay,
clear the
one thing, can I stop you right there? So please understand, why did your workflow fail? Because we need to fix that so that this works the next time for you. That's a high priority item. We want to be able to fix things immediately. Also, I noticed that the message that you have sent to Amber was not submitted. It was just written out in the terminal, but actually it didn't submit, which means that the fix we did for the previous ticket didn't work, or it hasn't been merged correctly. Could you also check that? And in any instance, create linear tickets for both of them.
I'll inspect the failed batch and Amber's unsent prompt. Then create separate linear tickets for the orchestration failure and the prompt submission regression. I'll inspect the failed batch and Amber's unsent prompt. Then create separate linear tickets for the orchestration failure and the prompt submission regression. I confirmed both failures and their likely causes. I'll create separate linear tickets with the exact reproduction and required safeguards. I created 2 high priority follow-up tickets. 1 360, 1. Make multi-workspace agent orchestration resumable and schema safe. The batch failed because it trusted a resumed API result without validating or array fetching it. And it had no durable per item checkpointing. 1 360, 2. Agent prompt submission fix is not active after update, and Ask still reports false success. Amber reproduced the exact 1 334 failure, suggesting the running bundled package is stale. The fix is incomplete in production, or both. I also confirmed only 1 359 was created and attached before the batch failed. No other new workspaces were created.
Okay, so I want you to create 2 workspaces for these 2 new tickets. That's the only thing we're doing. So just those 2, we're going to create, attach them to the workspaces, and then we need to get things done because this is actually blocking us from doing a lot of work in parallel. So this is super high priority.
I'll create exactly 2 workspaces. 1 360, 1 and 1 360, 2. Attach each ticket. Mark them in progress and start 1 agent in each. Please approve the workspace creation permission cards for 1 361 and 1 360, 2. The job will then attach each ticket and start exactly 1 agent in each workspace.
Okay, you'll need to manually send enter to each of the agents because of the bug that's present. Because prompts are not submitted at this point.
I'll identify the 2 new agent windows, process the setup result, and press enter once in each visible composer. I'm checking the setup result and locating the 2 exact agent windows before sending enter, so I don't submit in the wrong workspace. I found both prompt-filled windows. I'll press enter once in each and clear the setup events. One 362 is still sitting in the composer. So I'll send enter again after the CLI has settled and verify both agents actually started. I'm checking both windows now to confirm the prompts were accepted rather than merely typed. I sent the second enter after the CLI is settled. Verification is still running. I'll report whether both agents started when it completes.
Well, I can tell you, I just had a look and they don't seem to have been submitted.
I agree. They still do not appear to have started.
Okay,
So
never
I'll
mind. I will submit them for you, and then we need to get this fixed because this is super annoying. This bug we can't live with.
You're right. This is release blocking. And 362 now tracks the exact packaged path regression. I'll record the failed manual retries and leave you to submit these 2 prompts. I recorded the failed retries on 362. The evidence confirms that another timed enter is not a real solution. The fix must address the installed package version. Reload receipting, input delivery, and authoritative submission receipt end to end. I added the new
Hi there, and welcome to the stream.
362,
How are you?
including both
I'm
failed
pretty
timed
good.
enter retries
Just give me a
and
second
the
here,
fact
and
that you had to submit the prompts manually. The ticket now explicitly
It's fine. You don't
rules-
need to say anymore. I will just wait for the results. Okay, so just be silent now. Yeah. So welcome to the stream. You like riding high? I'm pretty good. How about yourself? How are you doing today? Right now, there's not much to talk through. So what we're doing is we're fixing a few bugs in this app we're building out. So we're building out the app Wonop, which is basically a workbench for agents. So we have these different work streams we're working on within our Wonop repository, and each of them has a ticket and an agent associated with it. We're controlling everything through voice, and also, the agent speaks back to us. So that's pretty much it. And it's a fully extended system, extendable system, in that you can write new packages. So if it can't do what you want it to do, you can write a new package to fill in the gaps of what you need to do. Right now we have a few bugs. So one of the bugs we're working on here is that the agent submission didn't doesn't work the way it should. So right now it fills in the text in the prompt, but it actually doesn't press enter. And that's a bit of a problem because it means that I have to do manual work, and I'm not very fond of that. I'm a coder also. I do full stack dev, web dev. Nice. What stack are you working in? So the current stack that we are using here is Rust with Tari and then U for front end. So it's a bit of an untraditional stack, but it produces really, really nice code that is really easy for the agent to actually check. Mostly because a lot of the errors that we have are caught at compile time. So you React, yeah, and React mostly, Next.js, Stripey, sometimes what you call C++ and Tailwind CSS. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of React development myself. And so the framework we're using for building out this this whole system is called U. That's very React inspired. And let's see. Oh, that one we don't care about at this point. So let's leave that. Let's get the other one through. It's a super nice. I would recommend that after you complete this app, you change it into some vector stack so it can become faster. What do you mean by vector stack? So I meant Victor, like some other tag, something better so it works faster. Yes, I'm not entirely sure what it is that you want to work faster. Claude only works as fast as Claude wants to work, right? So, and for the rest of it, it's all written in Rust, which means that we get down to system level code most of the time. So I don't think that we'll get that much faster. What we do have is a large backlog of things that needs to be done to improve the app. This is still an alpha app. There's still tons of work to be done. You meant doing something like Whisper. So I'm dictating through Whisper. No, wait. Okay, right now I'm not typing, so I'm using Whisper Flow. I recommend Whisper Flow because it's better than normal traditional voice to text. Yeah, I get that's working pretty well. At this point, it's not the dictation and it's not the voice synthesis that's the key problem. We're using local models for that. You can get other things in, like get ChatGPT real-time in. We have support for that. But the main problem is the processing of what we do afterwards. So basically, this system is relatively complex. What it does is, whenever we have, let me move that one out of the way. Whenever the agent is doing things, it will be running TypeScript alongside it. So it will first say something, and then it will be running TypeScript, and actually computing all of the things it has to do is still a bit slow. And this is one of the things that we still need to work on. But that is less a problem with the voice dictation and more a problem with the underlying system, where we need to make improvements. But you could use Whisper Flow with this. It wouldn't work quite as nicely. Well, I guess in theory we could make it so we also had an input box where you could let me check something. I don't know if Whisperflow has an API. Do you know that? Does it have an API? Let's see. Okay, if it doesn't have an API, then it's going to be a problem integrating it. So what we could do is that eventually we would make a text input as well. I think that is slightly low priority at this point. We have a whole bunch of other things to do first. Whisperflow is something like you did. Yeah, I know how the app works. I've tried it out, and it's quite nice. It's super fast. What I don't like about it is I don't like to be tied into a subscription, and I don't like to be tied into a single system. But what I do imagine we could do would be to make it so that you also have the possibility of entering text. I would like to have that for the evenings anyway, and that would make the system compatible with Whisperflow. But so you'll see if we actually go to the system settings. Oh, wait. Where did that go now? Ah, there. There we go. You'll see under, I think, voice, we have the possibility of choosing between on-device and cloud. Right now we're using on-device, which means that we don't pay any money for any of the dictation we're doing. We could switch to a cloud version. We're not doing that for the time being because we're busy testing the on-device and making sure that that works really nicely. And then once we are confident that that's working well, we're going to switch back to cloud and get that to work really well as well. And then the text input is probably something that we should have. And actually, let's just get that recorded. Could you create a ticket in Linear that we also need a way to interact with Wonop where we simply pass in text? So this should be a pill form text bar that is laid out as an overlay on top of the workspace.
I'll create a linear ticket for a pill-shaped text input overlay on the workspace.
Let's see. Yeah, so there we got it. The new ticket is in. So that's recorded. What workflow is this to code the to code this whole
Created
system?
one 363.
What do you mean by what workflow is this? So basically what we're doing right now is we're coding this, we're building out this whole system using Claude Code and Codex. And so the key premise here is to be able to manage multiple agents focusing on artifacts rather than focusing on the code itself. So you see, one of the things we did earlier in the stream was we got the agent to make this markdown summary of what should we actually do as the next thing. All right, we didn't get to spin up the 10 agents we wanted to spin up in the stream. But we found some critical bugs that we do need to get fixed. So those ones will be working over the weekend and hopefully they will actually get in later today. We are coming to the end of this live stream. We'll be back again Monday morning at 9 o'clock. And at that point, we hopefully will be at a position where we can spin up all 10. So let's see. There was a question more. Where did my window go for that? How much money are you paying for subscriptions? I think somewhere around maybe $350 a month or something like that. I'm spending on subscriptions. Anyway, this is the end of the live stream. It's been great sharing this time with you, and I'll see you again Monday. So until then, take care.